Hi, I'm Jeff Baker from the Oregonian. This is local film critic Marc Mohan. We're going to talk about the big movie this week, Straight Outta Compton, the biopic that charts the rise of rap supergroup N.W.A. Marc, you and I both liked it, and I think we had similar qualms. What was your overall impression of it as a music biopic compared to the glut of such movies we've seen lately? Yeah. You know, everything Ray Charles, James Brown, right, on down the line. How do you think N.W.A. stood up?
Well, it occurred to me as I was, I think, walking out of the theater that it does have exactly the same plot as Jersey Boys. They're both stories about a few kids from the wrong side of the tracks who get together, start a band, experience huge success, but with that come money troubles and ego troubles, and they fracture, and then eventually they have a sort of, at least, reconciliation at the end. So Jersey Boys is, about these white guys from the 50s. Straight Outta Compton is about these black guys in the 80s and 90s, but other than that, they fit kind of the same template.
I think that's the first and last Jersey Boys, Straight Outta Compton comparison I've ever heard.
I was very proud of it.
Glad you had that loaded up. I thought the acting, in two instances in particular, the young man who played Eazy-E was terrific, and also the O'Shea Jackson Jr., as his name, played his father, Ice Cube, an uncanny resemblance, of course, but also had really the fire, the passion, the edge that the young Ice Cube brought to the band. The first half of the movie was, like these movies have an arc, rise, fall, and redemption. And the rise of N.W.A., the first 45 minutes to an hour of this movie, really exciting, showing their growing up in Compton, getting together, putting together this band, and really the backlash that washed over them, really, from law enforcement, from the conservative community. The music scenes were well shot. Like for the first hour plus, I was like, this is really great. And then the air just started to suck slowly out of it. A lot of internal squabbles, a lot of issues with their manager, and it was, I would say, a good 45 minutes too long.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd go that far. It's a long movie. It's 2.5 hours, and it does slow down a little towards the end. But I still found it pretty engaging, and primarily for what you said, the performers just have a charisma to them. And the story, especially the rise, is a lot more fun than you might expect, or at least that I expected. There's a lot of humor to their interactions, and there's just a lot of sort of youthful energy that's really engaging.
Absolutely agree. One point I want to make that we were talking about, this is very much an authorized biopic. Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, and the widow of Eazy-E are the executive producers. This is their story, and they wanted it told their way. So there's a lot of, history omitted, if you were, and some things were whitewashed, certainly, and less savory aspects of their character, particularly Dr. Dre, were left out.
Yeah. But if you go into it with that expectation, it's still good.
Sure.
Then go home and Google everyone and find out the real story.
Find out the full story. Anyway, a couple other movies we want to hit really quick this week. End of the Tour, the David Foster Wallace movie. We both saw it, both liked it. I really liked it a lot. Great performances by Jason Segel and Jesse Eisenberg. Man from U.N.C.L.E., the 60s TV show, spy spoof remake. Skip it. Kingsman's a better movie, Mission Impossible's a better movie, and there's James Bond coming out. That's all for this week. Best of Enemies, the Corvidal dog.
Very much worth seeing.
Yep. Thanks for coming. Check you at the center aisle.